Good morning, everyone. For those of you listening back, make sure you share this out. Let people know that you're interested in Unity. Make sure you're following the main accounts here, Cryptographics and Unity.win. We're going to get into it in just a moment. I'm going to play a song, let people enter this space. Make sure you guys who are listening live are sharing this out, tagging people, sending it to people who you want or think should come and check this out as well. And let's try to get 100 people in here today. That's my goal. So I'm going to play a tune, remix I made of Imagine Dragons' Believer from back in the day, I think 2017. So I hope you guys enjoy it. It's going to be about a few minutes, and I'll let everyone pile in. Then when we're done, we will start talking about the craziness that is going on within Unity. Let's do it. Real quick, everyone, make sure you're sharing the space out for everyone that's just joining. Tag someone, and we'll get underway in less than 1 minute. All right. Let's get going here. So welcome, everyone. Again, these spaces are daily during the week at 10 a.m. PST every single day, except for Saturday and Sunday as well. But we're 5 days a week. We're doing these spaces. Sunday, I'm just trying to still figure out the exact schedule, as well as Saturday. Maybe we'll do a joint space in the morning with the Taurus side. But for now, Monday to Friday, 10 a.m. PST. Come hang out, learn about Unity and what we have happening over here. So as you can see in the title, we've burnt almost 900 million PLSX in the last 48 hours. 47 hours, actually. We still have an hour to go before we actually complete day 2. And this is absolute insanity. If you saw yesterday, there was a bot on PulseChain. I think it's the Pulse Whale bot. Actually posted that there was 2 billion PulseX that was burned in the last 24 hours. And a huge portion of that was due to Unity. So Unity is actually keeping up with and almost actually burning. It was like 60%, or I guess it would have been closer to like 30, 40% on its first day of what the PulseX exchange and all other forms of burning PulseX had been. So it's absolute insanity. Unity is absolutely crushing it. So for everyone that's listening, that is listening for the first time, or is listening back and is hearing about Unity for the first time, Unity is the first of its kind system on PulseChain that allows you to earn a very scarce deflationary asset that gets harder and harder to earn every single day, and that is required to keep earning in the future. So essentially, what Unity allows you to do is earn a BTC style token where it gets harder and harder to earn over time, but it allows you to leverage higher prices to get shares when the prices go up via the mechanic called creation. And it allows you to get shares when the price goes down via staking, which makes you get a better deal on shares by buying on the market versus creating at that point. And leveraging these two sides of the market, we can create one crazy ecosystem and one crazy protocol that leverages PulseX, burns PLSX with every transaction made in the protocol. And every time someone participates, they have to deposit Pulse or PulseX, which contributes to burning PLSX, which is why you see the crazy volume and burning we're seeing daily already. And this only gets stronger over time. Unity burns PulseX, which feeds into the scarcity simultaneously while pushing demand into PulseX and into Pulse, which will raise the price of PulseX, which also raises the price of Unity because Unity's main liquidity pool is paired heavily with PulseX. And this is it in a nutshell. If you want a full video, I mean a 9-minute tutorial that is on the unity.win page this morning. There's also a link to the YouTube link over on the Cryptographics founder page that is there as of this morning. And I highly recommend you watch that and share it out to get people up to speed on what exactly we have going on here. So that's Unity in a nutshell. And again, before I get started, guys, please, A, share this out. And B, if you'd like to come up, you want to know what Unity is, you want to ask any questions, you have any comments, anything you'd like to add, then please come on up. The mic is open for everyone to come and hang out. And usually these spaces, I mean, yesterday we ran for about an hour and a half, hour and 40 minutes. So they usually only get better as we go, as more people hop in. And yeah, I'll leave that out there for now. So anyone that wants to can hop up at any time. I'll be watching the requests. But let's hop into the Unity dApp. And if you want to follow along with what I'm saying here, we're going to go to unity.win. And you're going to click enter the dApp. And then you're going to be able to see what I'm seeing here, which is on the earn page. Now, what's crazy is there's going to be a whole lot of stats that we're seeing right now that are absolutely bonkers for Unity. I mean, first thing is the estimated ROI, which means that because you're earning only a portion of this daily, the number I'm about to say, is that, and up to, this is basically you're earning 1/88th of this daily, because the maximum earn length, the maximum creation and staking length is only 88 days. That the estimated ROI has come all the way down. And it's crazy I'm saying down, but it's come down to 19,599%. Now, the reason that's important is because it was almost 30,000% yesterday. And it's come down by 1/3 in the last 8 to 10 hours or so. And this is because the participation is just cranking up for Unity by the day. And this is only going to keep decreasing, which means that the rewards that people are earning daily are also going to go down, which means the buy and burn and the liquidity building contract called the buy and build are both huge at the moment. And to give you an exact number, in 47 hours, we're not even at the 48-hour mark yet, mind you. These two contracts have a combined total of $617,000 in them to support the Unity system in less than 48 hours. That is absolutely absurd. I mean, we are going to crack the $1 million mark inside the first week easily. And it wouldn't shock me if we actually did that before the end of day 3. Especially if you, myself, and all of you put in the effort to really share this thing, to get people talking about it. And I have been talking to some PulseChain people that do make content. And I know there is one or two that are planning on making some content or streaming about it very soon. I won't say those names, because obviously those are private DMs. But this thing is looking like it wants to go viral on PulseChain. I mean, I'm just seeing the way people are talking about it. I'm seeing people changing their avatars, the commentary, the hype, how excited people are getting. And it makes me excited. And the more participation this thing gets, the more insanely powerful that Unity becomes, the more PLSX gets burned, the more these crazy feedback loops and incentive loops come to also affect PulseChain as a whole and PLSX as well. So it's just amazing to see. Now, in the dApp, like I was saying, we actually, and as we speak, someone just came in and lowered the ROI from 19,500 to 19,000. So there's people participating literally as we speak, which is lowering the ROI. Now, again, this ROI, you earn 1/88th of this daily. And this is only true if no one comes in after you. So what's likely to happen is you're likely to see this ROI be lower by the end than what's estimated. But the daily ROI currently is over 200% for people that get in before the day ticks over. And this was a real thing that people saw yesterday. I believe it was about 280% people saw in a single day in an ROI. And so this is looking like it's going to pay less, but still over 200% for a single day's payout. And you're earning this every single day for up to 88 days. So it's just crazy to see this working in real time as well as it is. Now, if we go to the staking ROI, this is the real tell of how the system is doing in terms of how many shares are in the system. So right now, the estimated ROI is 6,400% for staking, which is crazy because this is already coming very close to the ROI. Let's feel 50% away, just over 50% away of the amount of shares in the system that we've seen over on Taurus on Ethereum that has been live and working for nearly 42 days now. And so again, these are high numbers, right? Very high numbers in terms of estimations. But if no one comes in after you, these are actually accurate, and there is no other way to provide an actual estimation for these for these numbers. So again, people did see the actual daily ROI yesterday of almost 300% in a single day. So it's just going insanely well. Now, if you want to come and participate, you just need Pulse or PulseX. That's it. You select Pulse or PulseX on the right in the deposit amount to create, and then you're going to type in the amount of tokens that you want to create with. Select the length, click create Unity, and then you're going to have an option. I want to be just very clear about this. You can create what's called the classic creation, which is just like a normal creation, meaning there's nothing fancy to it. It's in the DApp. You let it run its course for 88 days or 66 days or however many days you're going to go and be in the system. And then when it comes due, you can simply just claim it. Tokens go into your wallet and you go from there. The secondary one called the wrapped creation, and this applies also to stakes as well. This allows you to mint an NFT called an orb for your creations or stakes, and allows you essentially and simply to just move your creations or stakes from wallet to wallet. And this is all you need to do to get involved. Now, let's hop into the burn stats and see exactly what's going on here. So brace yourselves. This is nuts. Remember, we're only 48 hours in. All right. And simultaneously for the buy and burn, right? $80,000 of what came into the buy and burn was used to create the liquidity pool, which is why the LP is currently so large, because the liquidity pool for Unity is already at $261,000 in 48 hours. And this is because the price has gone up pretty significantly from about just over $4 or just under $4 all the way up to what is now basically $11. So the liquidity has grown substantially. So we're going to take 80,000 out of what was already in the system. And even though we've removed that from our calculations, we still have $207,000 in the buy Unity with PLSX contract. We also have another $65,000 in PLS, and both these contracts are dedicated to buying and burning Unity, which means we have basically $272,000 in 48 hours designated for the buy and burn of Unity. We also have a sub vault that is released into the buy and burn. So this is also buy and burn funds, but this gets released every 110 days. And this is over $136,000 that is additionally in this vault. We have $25,500 in PLS and $111,000 in PulseX that on day 110 will be deposited back into the buy and burn for a total of basically almost $400,000 at this point, which is just absolutely bananas. Now, this is just the buy and burn contract. We also have the liquidity building contract, and this is also crazy. So again, in less than 2 days, we have $40,000 in Pulse, and we have $171,000 in PulseX, bringing us up to $210,000 additional dollars that are designated only for liquidity building. And this can be called by anyone. There's no optionality with this. It has to go and build liquidity, right? Same with the buy and burn. They can't be switched off. It can only operate at the minimum setting of 1% of the contract balance per day, which means this thing is going to run very hot perpetually. So we're sitting with insane numbers initially right now. And I mean, they're just increasing by the hour here. So it won't shock me within the first week that we see $1 million in these contracts collectively. I really do feel like that is coming very soon. So on that note, though, let's talk about what's happening stats wise. And man, these are some pretty sweet stats to begin with. So today's payout in Unity tokens is 99,920, which means that these tokens are available to anyone that has staked or created in the system, because stakers and creators have shares, and the system pays these tokens to anyone that has shares evenly based on your percentage of how many shares you hold of all the shares in the system. And the total value of these 99,920 tokens today, based on $11 Unity, is $1.1 million being paid out to everyone in the system at the moment. What other system do you know of that is able to pay out with this kind of incentive structure and power in all the mechanics, this level of economic energy? This is a crazy opportunity to leverage PulseX and to basically create a positive feedback loop that feeds those that get into Unity, all while pushing up the value and scarcity of PLSX at the same time. It's a pretty phenomenal setup. And we're not done talking about the data points yet. Let's keep going. So we've had 4,780 tokens that have been bought and staked, which means $52,000 worth of Unity has been bought off the market and staked. That's absolutely insane to me. Um, it's a lot of buy pressure considering that the creation ROI is so high at the moment, right? The amount of burnt Unity is only 343. So if we go look at the price chart for Unity, this means that the majority of the buy pressure coming into the chart is people actually buying and staking. This isn't even the buy and burn doing much yet. This is really only people coming in and actually staking themselves. So once this buy and burn really starts to actually kick into high gear, look out. We could see a pretty crazy run and see some pretty crazy prices because we've already seen an all-time high of $12.52, which is also absolutely bananas. So now let's keep going here. So we've got the burnt Unity, we've got the staked Unity. The total shares in the system are 1.06 billion, which has been climbing fast. And again, this is the final piece to the puzzle here, which is we have seen in the last 48 hours 869 million PLSX be burnt, just like that. It is absolutely phenomenal how fast PLSX has been burned and will only continue. You watch what happens when one or two of these larger pulse chain influencers begins to really get word out that Unity is crushing it and that they're involved and that they like what they're seeing. And I would bet that this thing really begins to take off to a level that we've never seen before. And this, every time people participate, yes, the ROI goes down, but the buy and burn reserves go up, and the power of the system to push its own value up and allow it to be more sustainable also increases exponentially as well. So I'll pause there because that's the quick and dirty update. And I would love to hear from you guys, because there's a lot going on in this system. I want to hear how you're finding it, what you're seeing on your end. If you have any questions, if you're new to Unity, and what you want to know about this protocol. And I will go ahead and invite a few up here just to get the ball rolling. But the mic is completely open for anyone that wants to come ask some questions. So give me a moment. I'm just going to do some inviting, and we will go from there. Let's see here. Perfect. Approve. Right on. Sweet. Just waiting for Most Army to come up here, and then we're good to go. Let me just double check here that my mic is all set up. Hey, Most Army, can you hear me?
Yeah, love what's going on. Great work.
Thanks, man. Thanks for coming up. How's it going? And yeah, what are you seeing?
Man, I'm having a hard time, to be honest, but it's looking good. Trying to think of ways to, exploit it, and then that just makes me love it so much more because I was thinking, okay, you have different game theories. I was thinking, come in at 40 days and all this ways to exploit, and then you realize that if people do that, it's a good thing for those who wait longer, because then their economic energy is pushed out, right? So the whole thing is the way you talk about it, positive feedback loop, and the economic energy. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, it's really cool to hear you use the word exploit and that you're trying to find that and that you're finding the economics and the way this is all set up really, yeah, pays the people that are in the system. What exactly did you find, and what were you looking into? What made you come to that conclusion specifically?
Well, I just, if you, everybody wants to make money, and it's good when a system lets people make money, but then gives more to those who wait and use it for its fullest opportunity. I think that's the best way to find flaws. Is what would I do or what would people do to try and get the most out of it, and would that hurt me? And I don't think it would. I think, say somebody came in at 20 days, I don't see how that would be beneficial, but just say they did, and then they made it and they sold. Well, because their economic energy is spread out, what is it, 86% of it kind of, depends on how you do your math, would come out in 100 days. So we're just pushing out um, their economic energy longer. And then you have the fractal. So, I mean, you're just pushing it out. So to me, to maximize it is you come in longer the better, and then come back and you either stake or create again. I mean, is my plan. I just try to come in with a frame of mind to exploit, and I don't think I think everybody benefits at this point in time, but to be determined, right? I mean, everybody always comes up with something. Um, and then everybody, I think, too, is going to come in at that 80 days, and I think that like the Turin, I bet you we see a dip in price from 40 to day 80, and then I think it goes up after that. I don't know. That's just what I predict, but definitely could be wrong, and most likely you're always wrong on predictions. But
Can I
that's my
pick
prediction.
your thought process on that? I'm just curious as to like what leads you to that more so. I'm not trying to make you be right or anything like that. I'm just actually curious to understand why you're thinking that, because I think you're on to what a lot of people are seeing as well.
Yeah, I mean, you just get that exploiter frame of mind that everybody's trying to exploit it, and really, the way you're pushing out the economic energy, yeah, you might get a rush of people that sell between that's around that 60-day mark. Um, but then I think with your buy and burns and the way the fractal works is I think you put a lot more back in the system, and I think the price will go up. Especially around maybe that 90 to 150 and beyond. Um, it's just kind of where my head's at right now, but obviously could be wrong.
Well, what you're looking at is actually important because this is really the big piece of the system that once you understand it, it really helps understand how this thing is sustainable. On its own, the fact that tokens equal shares in the system are incredibly powerful. So if someone's selling their tokens, right, and they leave, now people, and let's say the price chart goes way down, now those tokens are shares. That means people's earning capacity in the system gets so cheap. They can get cheap shares for the first time possibly in a while, and they can enhance their ability to keep earning perpetually because this system is a perpetual protocol by buying up those shares. So even just from the incentive structure alone, I think that's what you're pointing to is the very thing of when people dump, there's a huge incentive to buy. And so people trying to exploit the system, really, the only way you can exploit the system is it's not systemic. It's really you're just exploiting other people's decisions of getting out of the system, and you're getting the cheaper shares. You're getting more control of the system, and that's really going to help the price come up. And then as people lock up those shares and tokens into the system for 88 days, then the buy and burn, like you were saying, can really go to work. The buy and build really goes to work. And we have 3 months essentially of minimal sell pressure where even at 1%, the buy and burn is going to be cooking. Like, I don't think a lot of people really understand at this point just how much 1% a day can be if these buy and burns get up to like $1 million+ or millions of dollars. And what that means for the price chart and what that also will mean for PLSX. So I don't know if that clarifies anything or adds anything to what you're thinking, but yeah, I just want to hit that home because you're raising some really interesting points and some critical parts of the system.
Yeah, and the more you get out towards the long term, even like a year out, um, it's most likely uh, going to be profitable to enter at any time, right? So a year, 2 years, 3 years out. But then more of that economic energy um, is used towards the people who have been here the longer. So yeah, I don't know. At this point, it's looking good. I like what I see. Uh, I'm in.
Yeah, I love it. Now your post actually gave me such a good laugh, made me smile because I think it was you anyways, that you posted. I think you shared one of the posts I made for Unity, and you said, "I don't know what the hell this thing is, but I see PLSX burning, so you have my attention." That got me good. So thanks for that one.
Well, I mean, it's true, right? You get all these maxis in here, and you get there's so many projects right now with the pump tires and um, so many scams. We don't need to get into that, but it's tough to make money. But all these maxis, you look at somebody who's burning this much. It's not a coincidence that you know last week the PulseX burn. If you look at the news feed or whatever that is, the pulse alerts, that there was about $30,000 worth of PulseX being burned a day, más o menos. The last 2 days has been $80,000. Um, I don't know. I think there's going to get a lot of eyes and a lot of, that was my biggest bag, still is my biggest bag, is PulseX. So that made me want to look into it. And I shared the post even if you weren't uh, in Unity because, everybody's bag biased, right? So that's the way that's the way it works.
Yep, 100%. I wish we could get like a separate bot, and maybe we do this at some point. But I wish that bot would show where the burning is coming from, because yeah, the numbers have ticked up so insanely high the last few days. At least I think people will research and see where it's coming from. But it would have been nice to see a breakdown on those to see like, yeah, 40, 50K is coming from PulseX, or 30, 40K is coming from PulseX V2 and PulseX V1. And then this other 30K is from this other thing called Unity. I mean, man, that would be the keys to virality on PulseChain, really, to see that daily.
For sure. And you look into that and you have this positive feedback loop, and you can't really create energy beyond your economic energy. Well, in a way, Unity is because it's almost exploiting PulseX because it's burning a token and you're so tied to PulseX. A lot of feedback loops can't really create energy. It just it doesn't work. But this system, not only is it burning PulseX, but because PulseX is burning PulseX and we're tied to it, you're pulling in energy from other places. So that is an interesting aspect as well.
Yeah. And what was really cool yesterday was we actually had a gentleman. I think he was from Zen or somewhere. I can't remember exactly where he was from. Maybe someone that was in here yesterday can remind me, but it's not super important. But essentially, he saw what was going on. And what I've been saying this whole time is, I want Unity is designed to drive demand into Pulse Chain, then into PulseX, and that's going to lift all the ships on Pulse Chain. And what was really cool was yesterday we had someone, or maybe it was day one. I guess no, was yesterday. No, 2 days ago was when we launched. Right. It's been a whirlwind, guys. Sorry. But this gentleman came in. He said, "I've never been over to Pulse Chain. I've never even bought a Pulse token. Don't really even know what's going on over here. But I like this Unity thing, and I want to come play. How do I get in?" And that was a really cool moment of like, oh, sweet. Okay. So people are already seeing somehow. I don't know how he saw so early, but he did. And that really gives me hope that, this system, if it does what we are talking about, it's going to do, it'll push up PLSX and Unity in value. So in such a way that there's going to be eyeballs on it. And those eyeballs that are outside the ecosystem are going to come in through Pulse. And that's going to push everything up in the ecosystem. And that's the design. So you're hitting on the really important stuff here, and thank you for bringing that up because you're absolutely nailing it, my man.
Yeah. So when looking at Turin, trying to look at the future, which I think will be drastically different because there's a lot more money going into this. But when will staking have a higher ROI than creating?
And did you mean in Unity, or were you talking about Taurus, or what were you talking about? Sorry.
Well, they should be the same, right? Is it a ratio or both?
Yeah, there's a ratio in both systems. So in the Titan X and Taurus system, because there's a ratio between Titan X and Taurus, that ratio is above 10 million to 1 now. So as the price of Taurus relative to Titan X goes down below 10 million to 1, you're going to see the ROI for staking be higher than the creation ROI. In Unity, that ratio is 100,000 PulseX to 1 Unity. And so when the price goes below those ratios, not USD, but in ratio, they go below, then the staking ROI then becomes higher than the creation ROI. Cool. Yeah, sounds like that made sense. Well, let me know if you have any more questions, my man. What I'll do is I'm going to check in with CryptoJag here as well. Mr. Jag, good to see you. How's it going?
Hey, can you hear me?
Loud and clear, man. How are you?
When the request was made, I was at my desk. Now I'm driving, but I'll be brief. I just wanted to say that I had the benefit of studying Taurus before Unity launched, and so I know what to expect. But what I was seeing was a lot of people, what they don't realize is every day you're getting more tokens. I didn't really pay much attention to the ROI. If you went less than 88 days, because I knew from Taurus that every day I'm getting more and more and more and more. And that's what I was paying attention to, is my ROI goes up on my creations. So, but I got that. I learned that from studying Taurus for 44 days now, 42, whatever, how long it's been. So, yeah, Unity's great. I love it.
Yeah, appreciate that. And I'm glad you studied Taurus, because that's one of the things. There are so many little things about it, and it's when you understand that you're basically earning every single day, you're lowering your break-even cost significantly every day that you earn. And because you're so early in this system, you're earning so much more than people are going to be able to earn in the future, which doesn't mean the system's not profitable in the future, but it's just so significant right now that it's disproportionate. So you're bang on the money. And yeah, thanks for sharing that.
Well, one other thing I wanted to say, that from most armies comment was, I'm not, my mindset is long term, so I'm not trying to exploit anything. I'm just enjoying the ride, because every day I get more. So anyway, I'll log off here. Appreciate it.
Sweet. Thanks, Jag. Appreciate you coming up, man. Yeah, great, guys. Thank you for that. Yeah, if anyone else wants to come up, you guys have questions, you want to chat about Unity, Taurus, bring it on up. But we've also been going for 40 minutes. So if no one wants to come up, I am more than happy to wind this space down and keep it nice and brief today, because I have a lot going on that I could definitely go to. So please go ahead and request the mic if you want to come up. I will chill for a moment here and wait to see if anyone else is going to come hang and ask some questions. But yeah, thanks, guys, for coming up already. Also, real quick, while we're waiting here, if you guys are in here, please go ahead and share out this space. If you're excited about Unity, please share it out. And also, there's a video that I posted this morning on this channel. Please share that. Go to the YouTube link. You can even share the YouTube link if you prefer, for the Unity video that I just made. And I would love to see that spread far and wide. And sweet, we just got a request here. Let me just bring Andy up. Andy, can you hear me? Hey, Andy. Welcome. Andy? I'm not sure if your mic is working or not, but yeah, it's not. I don't think it's working on my end. I don't know if anyone else can. If Jag, you're hearing, or
can you hear me now?
There we go.
Can you hear me now?
Welcome.
Yeah, loving it so far. Can you talk about the dashboard that's coming out?
Yeah, so I'm waiting to hear back from Mr. Mike Dean, and he is going to be releasing a dashboard most likely today in the next hour or two that is going to allow people to look at into the future to see which days creations and stakes and supply are coming out both individually on the days and cumulatively, as well as other stats like burned and PulseX burned and the totals coming in, which will give people a base ability to look into the future and make decisions. So that'll be fantastic. If you want to sneak peek at some of the stats that you can see for this dashboard, you can go to dune.com/MikeDean/Taurus, and you can check that out there. It's going to be different. He showed me already, and it's actually quite a lot prettier. It's not on Dune. It's going to be on the TitanX hub because he can do it. You can make it way more pretty on that site. So that will look and be amazing and should be out in the next few hours. I actually, because I'm over on my Unity account right now, I can't go check my messages, but I bet you if I did, he might have already told me that it's live. We'll see here. So yeah, is there anything else you wanted to know about the dashboard specifically? But that's really all I can say for now.
No, I was just hoping it was coming out soon. That was it. Great work.
Yep. Thank you, man. Yeah, very, very, very soon. Hopefully before noon here PST, but we'll see. It should be today though, if everything goes correctly based on the last messages I received from him within the last hour. So yeah, I'm excited to have that. I think it's going to be huge and makes me excited because there's been very few protocols that we've had that, we've had this kind of dashboard frenzy where people are looking to see what's going on in the future. And, this gets me excited for, massive potential in people diving into the data, the stats, looking to the future, creating other dashboards, streaming about the stats. It's all fun. So it's going to be awesome.
So this is going to be available on the TitanX hub as well?
Yeah, correct. There's no paywall though. It's just you go there and it's going to be a link and you're going to be able to see it for free.
Oh, nice.
Yep, that's part of the ethos of the fairness, fair opportunity, I'll call it, with Unity, which is I want everyone to have the same access to the same data, same opportunity to make decisions, but it's what you do with it that's really the advantage. OX Ghost, welcome.
Hi guys.
Yeah, how's it going? What's going on, man? What are you thinking?
Yeah, so excuse me, English is not really my first language, but I have some questions to ask.
Of course. Yeah, fire away.
So, for example, what exactly is this PulseX token and Unity token?
So yeah, PulseX or PLSX as the ticker is a token that is representative of, or I should say, from the PulseX exchange, and it is, or the native token to the PulseX exchange on PulseChain. And this token has a buy and burn that is fed through volume that happens through the DEX. And so PulseX is a cap supply, a deflationary asset by nature, and Unity is creating more deflationary pressure on PulseX while also increasing the demand into PulseX simultaneously. And if PulseX becomes more in demand, more scarce, and higher in price, Unity also is brought up in price with it because Unity's main liquidity pool is with PulseX. So Unity is leverage on PulseX while also creating demand and scarcity for PulseX.
Okay, so Unity is PulseX is like a backbone for Unity. Am I right?
Yeah, exactly. It's the core of what Unity is built on top of.
Okay, so I have another question. How does this burn rate, how does it affect PulseX in the long run?
How does sorry? There was one word I didn't catch it.
The burn rate, you mentioned about burning. So how does the burn rate affect the token in the longer run?
Oh, the bonding, right? Yeah. So because
No,
of
sorry, not bonding, burn rate. Like burning the token. That's what I meant.
Oh, I see. Sorry. Yes. Right. So the burn rate, I mean, Unity burns PulseX 71.8 times more per dollar that's running through its system than even the PulseX exchange. So this burn is going to create such scarcity that when people need PLSX, they're going to have to buy more in order to participate in Unity. And this scarcity and increased demand is like the perfect dynamic for price appreciation over time. And that price appreciation directly affects Unity.
All right. Thanks a lot.
My pleasure. Thanks for the questions. Right on. So I don't know if anyone else wants to come up finally and ask anything here. I'll say final call. If not, no sweat. This has been a great space. We covered a lot, and thank you to Jag, Andy, OX Ghost, and where did he go? Most Army as well. Appreciate you guys coming up and hanging with me. And remember, these spaces are 10 a.m. PST daily. We're going to be reviewing Unity. We're going to be talking about how it works. This is an open space for you guys to ask questions and get familiar, as well as to talk about what we're seeing in the dashboard when it comes out and the stats and its overall performance. So I'm not seeing anyone else request to come up, which tells me it's time to wrap this up and wind this down. So thanks everyone for being here. This has been a fantastic space. And again, make sure you share this out. Also go check out the video that I released on this channel, as well as my Cryptographics founder channel this morning, and share that out as well. And get excited, guys, because we are now officially in the age of Unity on PulseChain. And this is going to be an exciting time as we are on the precipice of a whole hell of a lot on the macro crypto side of things, as well as for PulseChain specifically. So thank you for being here and have a wonderful day. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.